There's only one way to cool down a room without an AC, and it's this one. A wind machine or a heavy floor fan. I promise you this is the only working way, and here's why. Up until a year ago, I have been studying at university. I'm an electrical engineer, and I have been living in a very small one-room student's apartment. And this one-room student's apartment had just a single window. And additionally, it was in the middle of the city where all the buildings heated up to insane temperatures. I was living in a tiny, hot prison that had just one window. And I could not afford an AC. This thing was my personal savior, a floor fan. So, when you go on YouTube and look for ways to cool your room without an AC, or you go to Google and look for this kind of advice, you get all kinds of different strategies. You get self-made DIY ice cube coolers that distribute cold air, and some kind of mini portable ACs that don't really work. And yeah, there's tons of advice, but there's one fundamental problem with all this advice. To cool a room without an AC, you need to somehow extract the heat from your room and get it outdoors. That's the only way to cool a room. Otherwise, if you have a closed room, the heat will be trapped in that room. So you have to get the heat outdoors. It's the only way. It's the only physically possible way to really decrease the temperature of a room. An AC does just that. It extracts the heat from your room and blows it outdoors. Any AC that claims to cool your room without blowing anything outdoors, for example, portable ACs that have no hose attached, well, they are a marketing scam. That's not true. Their claims are completely false. They contradict physics. The only real way to get heat out of a room without an AC is to actually open your window and blow the heat out. That's the only way. Now, of course, blowing heat out using a floor fan is not the same as using an AC. An AC can extract the heat from the air, while a floor fan can only blow out the hot air within your room. But to compensate for the air that you blow out, additional air has to come into your room from other rooms or from outside. So blowing air using a floor fan is only an adaptation of the heat inside your room to the ambient temperature outdoors. So with a floor fan, the temperature decreases only to the outdoor temperature. So if it's hotter outdoors, it won't actually get cooler inside your room. But that's the limit of physics. You can't do anything about it. But actually, when you have a floor fan and it's constantly blowing air, then the perceived temperature will decrease. Because when you spend time in a hot room, well, your body is hot. And when your body is hot and you're hot, then hot layers of air will accumulate around your body. So you will actually feel even hotter than the actual temperature of your room is. And by having a floor fan that constantly blows air, you blow these hot layers of air away from your body. And this process, the blowing away of the hot layers on your skin, it decreases the perceived temperature in your room. So my recommendation is to get a floor fan. These things are incredibly affordable, especially when compared to a portable AC. The title of this video is How to Cool a Room Without an AC. But if you search for that topic, but you had a built-in AC in mind, then Another opportunity to cool your room is to actually get a portable AC. However, these are kind of expensive and these might not be the real intent of what you looked for in this video. So if you want to cool down your room and especially decrease the perceived temperature of your room, then my personal advice would be to get such a little body. It can blow huge amounts of air out the window, and yeah, these ones saved my life. And if you're interested in getting a floor fan as well, then I have linked one in the description down below. Just click the link and get yours. And yeah, that's by far the best option to cool your room without an AC. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you liked it, then subscribe, leave a like, comment down below. I'll try to answer your questions and see you next time.